Today, product delivery cycles are rapidly shrinking, and the relentless push for digital transformation means technical execution simply cannot wait. But finding the people to actually do the work is stalling teams. The recruitment process itself is now the primary obstacle to keeping pace. When roles sit empty, scheduled launches get pushed back, and critical vulnerabilities in cybersecurity remain exposed while teams operate understaffed. The standard response is to run a traditional HR search. You draft a requisition, use source candidates, conduct multiple interview rounds, and negotiate offers, a cycle that routinely burns 3 to 4 months. The opposite approach is turning to a massive freelance marketplace to plug the gap immediately. You get speed, but you inherit a massive filtering problem. Sifting through thousands of unverified profiles introduces serious concerns about code quality and operational security. Plotting these options, time to hire is on the horizontal axis and quality on the vertical. Traditional HR sits top left, high quality but far too slow. Gig platforms sit bottom right, fast but highly unpredictable. This leaves an empty top right space. Businesses need both. ExpertOnHire positions itself exactly here. It is built to connect teams with pre-vetted technical talent, explicitly designing its process to hit both speed and confidence. To see if the platform actually achieves this perfect balance, we have to look closely at its internal mechanics. Delivering both speed and curation requires a business to accept some specific operational trade-offs. Evaluating candidates based on written resumes and self-reported skills is highly unreliable. It places a heavy analytical burden directly on your hiring managers to uncover the truth. Manually verifying the technical competence of dozens of applicants completely burns out internal teams and stalls momentum. ExpertOnHire approaches this differently. They filter their talent pool using an AI-assisted vetting system. Every expert has their technical capabilities formally assessed before they are ever presented to your company. Because the baseline competency is pre-established, your team spends far less time conducting redundant technical screens. You begin the actual interview process with a much higher degree of certainty. But bypassing the initial screening phase demands a concession. You're giving up control over the top of the funnel. You have to accept the platform's proprietary algorithms as the absolute gatekeeper for determining who is technically qualified to see your project. Accelerating your hiring pipeline with pre-vetted candidates saves substantial time and money. It is an effective strategy, provided you're willing to let an external system handle your initial quality control. Once you actually select a candidate, the friction usually shifts to administration. Managing a single contract hire often requires jumping between a half dozen different software platforms. Teams typically source on job boards, schedule interviews through calendar apps, track deliverables in project management suites, and handle invoices through accounting tools. This outlines standard administrative bloat. Tracking 4 separate tracks creates a severe bottleneck before the project starts. ExpertOnHire consolidates this. Sourcing, communication, and project management merge into a singular workflow. They embed escrow payments directly into this timeline, releasing funds transparently as deliverables are met. This structure lowers your financial exposure and cuts down the administrative hours required to keep a freelance engagement moving forward. However, utilizing an all-in-one system requires a compromise in flexibility. Here, you are entering a walled garden. To benefit from this efficiency, your team must step away from your company's preferred enterprise software and adopt the platform's proprietary tools for the length of the project. The unified environment ensures tight, secure collaboration, but it only works smoothly if your internal team has the clearance and agility to bypass strict corporate project management mandates. Hitting a wall on massive marketplaces routes you to automated chatbots or ticketing queues. ExpertOnHire counters this with a founder-led support model. If you have an issue with candidate selection or project execution, you can bypass the standard customer service layers and speak directly to the founding team. Keeping real people involved in the loop allows for rapid troubleshooting. It builds a collaborative, highly responsive relationship exactly when project deadlines are tightest. Yet, maintaining a hands-on, high-touch support structure inherently limits how large the platform can grow. By choosing a boutique service, you are trading away access to millions of users. If you need hyper-niche or highly obscure skills at the absolute lowest bid, a global mega-marketplace will have a deeper bench. ExpertOnHire intentionally caps its footprint to protect its quality of service. It prioritizes executing critical technical projects smoothly, rather than simply maximizing the sheer volume of available bodies. Choosing this platform comes down to what you value most. It prioritizes rapid deployment, curated trust, and a secure operational workflow over having infinite candidate volume or total control of the HR pipeline. Because of those deliberate design choices, it is not an automatic fit for every type of organization. This framework will help clarify if their approach aligns with your current hiring needs. We have an ideal fit column on the left and a look elsewhere column on the right. Resource-constrained founders and agile startups belong firmly in the ideal fit category. These teams need to scale technical execution immediately, and they rarely have the dedicated HR infrastructure required to run extensive sourcing and vetting cycles on their own. It is also highly effective for mid to large enterprise managers who are staring down hard deadlines. When you cannot afford to wait 3 months for a permanent hire to clear the standard corporate onboarding process, the AI vetting and secure escrow provide a fast, low-risk bypass. Conversely, if your current priority is building a permanent, full-time staff designed for long-term corporate assimilation, you should look elsewhere. The platform focuses on flexible, project-based deployments. It is also a mismatch for corporate teams rigidly bound to their own internal procurement and project management systems, who cannot adapt to an external, all-in-one workflow. Ultimately, successful technical hiring requires aligning your procurement strategy with your business goals. Choose the platform that solves for the friction you are least willing to endure and lets your team get back to building.